Hello, welcome to Simply Sassy's Out of Our League, the show where we talk to really cool people that really have no business talking to us. This week is not the case. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. Today is one of the coolest people I know. But first, let's introduce the rest of the panel. On the ones and twos, we got Gage, Mr. GF2 Cool. Uh, below in the lower section of the screen. I don't know what I'm doing. We got Ben at not at Please Be Excited on Twitter, but on Instagram.
What's up? That's please_be_excited.
Oh, you're right.
As if
Real
you
straight
had
off the tongue,
underscores
you know?
in your name.
Yeah, if you aren't please be excited, please hit me up and let me know. That'd be great. We can talk, we can work something out.
And then next to him we got Miss McKenna Potterpants 2 and 2.
Hello.
Hello. And finally, please welcome our amazingly talented and funny and just the best, one of the best people around, Miss Jessie G.
It's me. Hi.
How you doing, Jessie?
I'm doing good. I'm tired. I worked 10 days in a row.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Got that beer
Yikes.
fest, right? You were working that beer fest
Hell
over
yeah. Oh,
there. For people that don't know who you are, which shame on them, please tell us about yourself, like a little synopsis, a little quick rundown.
God damn, I wish I had prepared. I don't know. I make silly art and post it on the internet, and people like that. I think I'm
Turnip
funny,
Boy
but I'm not really.
was not silly.
Turn up daddy, please.
Turnip Daddy was not silly.
Yeah, I don't know. I just do silly art, and people like kind of funny started taking notice of me.
You're so
That's
cool.
that's awesome.
Sorry.
No, that's. I wish I could do the art that you do. You call it cross hatching, right?
Yeah.
Cross hatching. What's
guess.
that like? Like, what's that like? Process like? Do you just like see it in your head and you just do it, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It's so tedious and boring that I usually have Netflix on or something, and I'm not really paying attention to what I'm
But it's
doing.
so it comes out with really cool results because you did the Turnip Daddy, then you did the Nitro Rifle, thing for Kind of Funny recently.
Yeah.
And like with that, like what was it like being chosen for the platinum tier for Kind of Funny?
Yeah. That was wild. So everybody was like tweeting stuff that they wanted to like happen, dreams that they wanted to put out into
Yeah.
the world and make happen. And I made a tweet like, "Oh, I'd love to brew a beer, Kind of Funny, because that's what I do. I like brewing beer." And then I added another tweet to that, being like, "Oh, I want to do the platinum art print. Like that would be really cool." And then Joey slides into my DMs, being like, "Hey." We need somebody for September. And I'm like, I was crying at work.
I like the idea. She's like, we need somebody for September, and you're like, I'll get my beer brewing stuff. And she's like,
Yeah.
no, we need a print.
That would be
So what-
amazing.
Exactly
Amazing
how-
platinum tier though. Make it happen next year, Let's get a Kind of Funny beer going for a platinum tier next
Oh,
year,
yeah.
Stretch goal.
Also, what was it like to like the talking with them behind the scenes about like what the print would be? What
I
was that
mean,
like?
I only spoke to Joey, and she was
Yeah.
like, if we don't like, this is what the print for August is going to be. So if you can do something that's nowhere near related to that, that would be cool. And I was like, yeah, no worries. And then I had 2 ideas that I started just fleshing out, and Joey was really open, being like, hey, if you need help, we can brainstorm together. And I was like, I think I've got something. And then I did a quick sketch and I sent that to Joey, and she was like, yep, that's brilliant. Let's do that.
And I love
Nice.
that what you drew too, because there's like a lot of Easter eggs, and then there's like one for your friends. There's like one for us,
Yeah.
which is like a really stupid old inside joke that is just. Do you want to explain that? Do you want to explain the little heart thing?
Oh yeah, the little heart thing.
You got it tattooed?
Did you not ever see? Yeah, I got a tattoo.
I never saw. Oh my god.
Yeah, so the less than 2 instead of a 3 came about because I'm an idiot and I just made a typo in chat one day while Phil was streaming, and everybody
And
ran
nobody
with it.
nobody let it go.
Nobody let it go.
Here we are. It's
been like-
immortalized.
It's been like that for months, and oh my god, that's awesome that it's on your that it's on your arm, and I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah, I just had to slip that into the print. Like, I don't know, you guys are pretty much the reason why I kept doing the art and why it kept going. So, and
Yeah.
how I ended up doing the kind of funny Patreon print. So it made sense to slip something in there as well.
Well, also you did really cool stuff as well. Like you just we helped so much. You did the work. um Another question I have is like, you've had a lot of creative outlets over the years besides drawing and beer. What would be your creative station? Like, what do you think would be your creative outlet besides those two if you had to choose?
Besides those two,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Because
mean,
those two are like staples of who you are.
yeah, I don't know if there's much outside of those two things that I do. It's like art and beer brewing. Um, and neither of those I do as really often as I would like to. So outside of that, I mean, I don't know. I work, and then if there's any time left over, I'll do something creative, and it's usually art. And if it's not art, then I don't know what it is.
uh no, that's fair because you obviously focus so much of your time to art, but also to beer. Why beer?
Yeah, so when I was like 14 or 15, I was sitting in my room and I had this idea of, hey, I want to make beer. And then I went, that's fucking stupid. You
At
don't like
14?
beer. Yeah. And I ignored it. And I didn't start drinking. Like, legal drinking age in Australia is 18,
Yeah.
but I didn't start drinking then. Like, I had a couple of drinks, but I didn't really care for it. Then I moved to England just for my 21st birthday, and I started drinking there, and I went, yeah, you know what, this beer is pretty shit. I think I can do this better.
Wow. So you just like had the mentality of like I can do it better, so you did.
Yeah, I mean, myself and a friend were sitting around, I think, just before Christmas, and where I worked at the time, there was like sort of a period of just quiet at Christmas time where everybody takes some time off. And we were sitting around being like, yeah, I'm really bored. Do you want to brew a beer? Yeah, I want to brew a beer. And so we just brewed a beer.
And then from there you moved to Germany, which
Yeah.
is like, one of the biggest beer brewing countries in the world. Oh, uh was there something specifically that drew you to Germany? Like was there like specific brewery or just like the idea of being in the home of beer, I guess?
I mean, originally I moved to be with one of my ex-boyfriends. Uh, so that's
yeah,
why
that's
I
right.
came to Germany. But
Forgot
I
about that.
mean, one of the reasons that I was really excited, especially to come to Berlin, was that my favorite brewery is based in Berlin. And while I was still in England, a friend had smuggled some beer over to me from this brewery. And I fell in love with it and went, hey, I love this brewery. I am going to go work for that brewery. And then I came to Berlin and I did that.
You
So
are the
cool.
definition of follow your dreams. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I mean, I didn't work there as a brewer. I was a tour guide in the brewery, but it was close enough.
That might even be cooler. That's really cool.
What
Oh
what
my
has been
God.
the hardest part of living so far away from Australia? And what is the one thing you wish you could have that's only really found in Australia?
I wish I had Vegemite, man.
No, Jesse. No. You ruined my Marmite question about why Marmite's better than Vegemite, you know?
It's not, Ben. We keep having this argument, and you are just wrong.
I've just come to the conclusion that it's just whatever you grew up with.
It is 100% what you grew
That's
up.
exactly what it is, yeah.
100%.
We're both
Um,
right, you know?
Well, you're both wrong. Either way.
We're both
Everyone
wrong
else is
to a
wrong.
lot of
Everyone
people.
else is wrong.
To a majority of the world, you're both wrong.
Yeah. I mean, living so far away from home is weird. I mean, of course, I'm homesick, especially around holidays and
Yeah.
birthdays. But I mean, like, the internet is a wonderful place and we can keep connected fairly well. I mean, it's just like I went 5 years without going home because it was just so far and so expensive. Um, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. But honestly, who knows at this point? It might happen again.
Yeah, because there was a while where you were like homeless. I don't know if that's fine to talk about.
Yeah,
There's,
yeah, that's
there's,
Too late
there's
now,
a while
Caesar.
where
fine.
I don't. I'm new to this.
You mean you didn't get my pre-approved list of questions?
Okay, WWE. But yeah, there was just like a while where we didn't know what was going on, and it was scary for me. I can imagine what it was like for you.
Yeah, that was a fun month of being homeless. Luckily, I had some money saved away so that I could afford a hotel to start with and then Airbnbs. And of course, mum sent me lots of money so that I wasn't on the street because I don't have really friends that I could just crash with here. Apartments in Berlin are very small. Like, this is the entirety of my apartment. I'm lucky and I get to live by myself, so I don't have like 3 roommates like the majority of the other people I know, but there were certainly no couches for me to crash on or anything.
Why not go back to Australia?
COVID. Couldn't.
Fair, yeah.
Also, very big spiders in Australia, I hear. Very big.
Yeah, like this big.
No!
Scary.
Why? Why?
Do you miss your pet spider, Jessie?
Oh God.
Jess, you
She would
why?
walk it every morning. She would take it out for
No,
walks every
no, I
morning
don't-
on a leash.
Honestly, some of them are big enough that I could do that.
No!
On that, would you like to give us the origin of your Twitter handle there, Jessie?
Oh, I love this.
Good
one, please.
segue.
What is the meaning of Pink Spider Felix?
Okay, so I mean, it's a couple of things all smushed together. I mean, I had pink hair at one point, like, and that's when I came up with the handle itself. And for a little while, a nickname of mine was Felix, so that kind of made sense. But then the spider part comes in because when I was in primary school, I ran through a spider's nest, and all the spiders stayed in my hair, all the eggs, and they all hatched in my hair.
No, how are you still here?
McKenna, wait, did you see? Have you never heard this story?
No!
It it gets worse. So like everybody was having like head lice at the time. I had spiders. Gage just quit.
I just imagine the school nurse like checking through like to check for lice, and there's just spiders everywhere.
So like the spiders ate my head lice, but my head was still itchy. So I was still
I
scratching.
wonder why.
Because like it was still itchy, and so I had like thousands of spider bites all over my head.
Oh my
And like
goodness.
my mum would get so excited to show people. She'd be like, "Come check out these spider bites."
Oh my god.
That's
I don't-
amazing. What kind of spiders, Jessie?
I don't know.
They were little ones. They were
Little
not. They were
baby
not the
huntsman
big.
spiders or something.
Oh my god.
Not a huntsman, but I have had a huntsman jump on my head.
No!
Oh my
Jesse!
God.
Of course.
No!
Of course.
That's
Jesse!
terrifying.
I was in the car and I like pulled down the sun visor and it just like jumped on my head. And like we were driving. So I was just having to sit there with the spider crawling all over my head and my face until we could pull over and get
Tuck
rid
and
of it.
roll out of the car! Just tuck and roll!
I love how McKenna's initial reactions to you telling these stories is like if you had a choice.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? Why would you put a spider on your face? She didn't do it on purpose, man.
Are you sure you're not a pet spider? You're not like Spider Woman? You haven't been bit by any radioactive spiders? Like,
I wish. That would be so cool.
that would be pretty cool.
No, it went directly into Twitter. That's where
Yeah.
actually that's where the inspiration for cross hatching came in because it looks like a spider web.
Yeah. Exactly. Just traumatized from all these spiders.
How many kids do you think end up in the ICU because they try and get bit by spiders and get powers? Like, that's got to be a
so
thing, right?
many. It's like the episode of Peppa Pig is banned in Australia because it teaches kids spiders aren't so bad or something.
Yes. I saw that.
I never heard that. That's amazing.
No, it's like, to be fair, like, it's like if you see a spider web, like, don't touch it. Don't kill spiders because they kill mosquitoes and all the like really annoying bugs or whatever. But in Australia, that's just not the case.
Kill people.
I mean, you still don't kill them. I will still catch spiders and let them go outside.
No,
God,
but they're
you're-
just so big. The spiders are just so big. Like, if you just tell somebody to ignore it, you'll put it outside, yeah, or kill it. No,
Absolutely
The
not.
amount of friends that I get that would move to Australia, and then you'd inevitably get sort of a picture on or post on their social media of them at their house with a huntsman, and they're like, "What the hell do I do?" They're like, "Do we move out? Do we like burn the house or flat down? Like, what do we do?" Every time it happens.
Buy a sword, and every time you see one, you stab it.
But Gage, they're so big that you'll put the sword
Stab it.
down and they'll pick up the sword.
Oh god.
I thought you were gonna say they're so
Then
big,
what?
like
Then it's
you will
armed
slice them with the
edge.
sword, but like the sword will break off. Like, it's just
They just reach up and they grab the blade, and they're like,
Yeah.
you're in the
Just
swinging motion, and they're just like,
Have you played
Oh.
Scar Engage? You know those giant spiders there? That's what we're dealing with, you know?
what's the
I hate
game?
it. hate it.
The Obsidian made Grounded, right? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah.
Where they have like the giant spiders.
they have the arachnophobe mode that just changes the model to like a cute bear or something like that.
No, it's like a giant blob.
It's
It's like a
just a
blob.
blob. It's just a big
Yeah.
circle.
What do you think would be
That's
scarier
amazing.
for kids, seeing a giant spider or a giant blob?
Fucking spider, dude. You
Spider.
seen those
That's
things?
terrifying.
Like,
don't
But
know.
like
you
a
should
spider, you can comprehend. You
you-
can't
you
comprehend.
should-
I know what a
just
spider
blob.
is.
I'll
you
learn to
shouldn't
I know
be
what a
able.
spider is.
You shouldn't be able to clearly see the hair on a spider, for one. Second, you shouldn't be able to hear a spider. They hiss
Okay.
and they growl, and
But
it's
I don't like the idea of a
terrifying.
floating
You should
blob.
not be able to hear that crap.
I don't like the
video
idea of a
games-
floating
Video games
anthropomorphic
are like, what
Gage
if-
has
what
never
if-
seen a spider.
No, are you thinking of grizzly bears, Gage?
What?
Is he thinking
You
of
thinking of
cats?
grizzly bears or cats?
They
maybe?
hiss and they growl.
In video games, not real ones.
Oh,
Like in video games, like normal
was
spiders,
talking
you're like,
about- I was-
ew, gross, and then you jump into
I was
Skyrim
talking
or
about-
something, and a freaking giant
No, Gage.
spider's like, and you're like, what the fuck? Or
No,
a
Gage, I was
freaking
talking about
Shelob in Lord of the
Australia.
Rings.
Gage, I was talking about Australia, because that's clearly where Grounded is based, because they have giant spiders.
Okay.
These things are freaking massive, dude. It's like riding to school, though, that big Gage. They're massive.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I had to move one that was like this big, that was in the way to the door and the laundry.
How did you move that, Jessie?
I got a broom and just sort of took it and its
Excuse
web
me,
and
sir.
just
I
took
need
it
to do
another
laundry.
spot.
Can you please climb off the wall and go outside?
Oh no,
Thank
no, no!
you.
It was in the doorway, like
It was
strung
her
across
roommate.
the door.
It was her roommate, actually.
You
Yeah, it
Yes.
was paying rent. I just needed to get into the laundry.
You're the bravest person I've ever met. Oh my god.
That's true.
It's a thing where it's like if you grow up with it, you're just used to it at that point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I guess. I mean, I know so many people in Australia who hate spiders, and I would just deal with them. It was like me and my dad. My dad's British, so I don't know.
I was gonna say that
Did you have bats where you were growing up, Jessie?
Say that again, Ben.
Did you have bats growing up where you were in Australia? Your part of Australia?
Yeah, we had fruit bats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not quite as terrifying. They're pretty cute.
Yeah, they're cute. Still wouldn't. fuck
except
with
for
them,
all
though.
the diseases they spread.
I mean, to be
They-
fair,
they
so
call
do
it spreading
people.
love.
No, yeah. I was gonna say though, your family seems interesting. Your mom and your dad seem fascinating to me. I think one of my favorite things you've told me is that your was it your mom has more Instagram followers than you, and she refuses to share them.
Yeah. So hang on. Let me. Let me just check how many she has. Like, she has a ridiculous amount. Like, let's see.
Let me look
She
up yours.
has
Which is probably easier for you to find out.
97,700 followers
my
on Instagram.
God.
Yeah, and
That's
you're
a
like
lot of people.
Yeah.
500.
Does she have a Discord? Can
48.
she join our call
Mm.
right now? Let's ask
She
her.
does
She's
not.
clearly better than you. No, just-
Do you want to do an out of league with my mom instead?
Let's make it happen.
I love you.
How many of the followers are spiders, though? That's the thing.
None of them.
And Wait, do I remember correctly? Your dad does art, but your mom does sculptures?
She
Or
also does paintings and stuff as well.
paintings? Okay.
So she does a bit of both. But yeah, dad does more just illustrative, huge pen and ink drawings.
So
Mhm.
cool.
So clearly you got like that creative aspect from your parents.
Yeah,
I'm guessing
I mean,
they're really fun people. I'm guessing. I don't know.
yeah, they are. They're wild.
Clearly, something must have gone on that you're just comfortable picking up spiders. Something must have happened.
No, I don't know. It's just something I just did. I mean, snakes, I won't fuck with snakes, obviously, but
Yeah.
spiders, whatever. I mean, what's it gonna do? Bite me?
Yes, that's exactly what it's gonna do.
Look at your head. Look at your head. They've been here.
Right. I don't know. We just don't know spiders.
So you miss Vegemite and you miss your spiders. Got it. That's what you miss from us.
Not snakes. Not snakes.
Oh my god. But clearly, as we touched on earlier, McKenna said you're the definition of follow your dreams. Do you have any advice for somebody that like wants to move away from home and like pursue a passion, pursue a dream?
I mean, do it. I mean, I was fortunate enough that my parents are very supportive in me just doing that. When I finished university, they gave like I finished university and I didn't really want to just go get a job. I wanted to have a break because that was really common between like high school and university, and I didn't do that. So I was like sick of studying. I didn't want to go straight into a job. And my parents gave me the option of signing up for a volunteer program, or they would pay for a holiday to Bali for 2 weeks. And I went, why don't I go do a volunteering program for a year and they'll pay for that instead? Because it was about the same price at the time.
Yeah.
So I went and did that and then stayed in England for nearly 5 years.
Clearly, it's worked out.
Yeah.
Can I ask what kind of volunteering it was?
I was a care assistant for people with special needs.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
very full on. I lived in a tiny village of like 250 people
Oh, wow.
in the middle of the most beautiful location in England in the North Yorkshire Moors, so up north. And tiny village. I lived with a wonderful family who I still keep in contact with, who I see almost once a year. And we all lived together with people with special needs and looked after them. And yeah.
Oh, sounds
I was gonna.
That's awesome.
I was gonna ask. You have traveled a lot. Where's your favorite place besides home to travel?
I loved Crete. Because like obviously I love like mythology and everything, so like seeing all of these places was really cool, and it was hot and it was sunny and it was wonderful, especially after coming from Germany where it's not always super warm, especially in Berlin. It's often very cloudy. So I loved Crete. Like I just like being new places. So like I've been to Denmark, I've been to Crete, I've been to Italy, I've been to France, I've been to Scotland, I've been to Wales. Just yeah.
New Zealand. Yeah.
No, not yet.
What?
It doesn't exist.
That's
So
just going
like
up the road when you're in
I
Australia,
just
you know?
I know, but I never went. I went to America instead. I went to England
As
instead.
far away from New Zealand as possible. I got it.
Basically. And like
What's
this is
the
a really
easiest-
common thing. Like the Australians, they go outside of Australia and they choose like a really far away location and then just stay there, because once you're out, it's so much easier to go to all these other countries. Like Czech Republic, been there a bunch of times because it's like a couple hours by train away. I've been to Switzerland because it's just over the border. Like it's wild to me. I still don't understand how like Sweden is an hour and a half by plane away.
I'm in
awesome.
Texas, and if I drive for like 12 hours, I'm still in Texas.
Exactly.
That's my
Exactly.
situation.
That's most of like middle
Exactly.
America though, where it's like I'm gonna
Well,
drive
no.
through Utah. It's like, there ain't shit here. It just fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Poor Utah.
That's Salt Lake.
I've flown over Utah, so I get it.
So bad.
It's pretty from the ground up. Like it's pretty
Yeah.
from like above, but if
Yeah,
you're
it
driving
looks
through it, it's
super
miserable.
pretty, but
If you're just driving through it, there's nothing there.
Just rubbing some
Um,
salt on that wound there, Caesar. You know.
I'm not going to Utah. Why should I go to Utah like next week? Uh, uh, one thing I haven't talked to you about, I think I have some semblance of like, I think I remember you telling me once, but I don't really remember that well because I'm stupid. How did you get into Kind of Funny? Like, how did you get into Kind of Funny content that kind of led you down this like path to getting like the
so
platinum?
I like kind of been around for a long time. Like mostly pretty quiet. Like I started following Greg and stuff back in the IGN days. Like Super Knocking Boots and Knocking Boots was like where I really got involved back on when it was part of Game Scoop and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I wrote into Knocking Boots. So like Greg has
Oh,
read one
wow.
of my questions out loud on Knocking Boots before. And we won't go into that. But like that's where it started for me. And then I sort of followed over to Kind of Funny, but was just super quiet, didn't say anything. And then like 2 years ago, Ben starts following me on Twitter. I like
So
out of
what is it?
nowhere.
Yeah.
It's one of the weirdest feelings, right? It's like when some best friend just finds you.
Yeah, I think I had tweeted something and Greg had retweeted it. So suddenly Ben comes out of nowhere. So I start like interacting sort of vaguely, very quietly with a few people. And then like KFAF comes out and I'm like all in on KFAF, but I never submit anything because I'm working all the time and I'm like, I don't know, like this Ben dude, he's pretty cool. Phil's doing cool stuff. Matt's doing cool stuff. I can't keep up with that. And then eventually I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do one. And then it's the last one.
Oh no!
It was so
It's-
good they had to shut it down after
It's
that.
the Nug Dome. Like I submit it and then they just don't do one for
Oh.
like 2 weeks. And then they're like, we're doing the
Was it
Nug Dome
the-
and that's it. And I'm like, fuck. I finally built up the courage to like submit something and I kill it.
What a way to
It's-
go out.
I
People
know.
blame
Like,
Tim. People blame Tim, but really it's your fault.
it was
But-
it was completely my fault. They saw that and went, fuck, we gotta like nip this in the butt right now.
That's who's
It's too-
following
too
it. That's
good.
who's watching this show.
But like we
I
can't
rem-
top this, you know?
Oh my god! I love that KFAF just brings out really random people to like really love that show. I remember like the second episode they were reading comments from the first episode, and there was like a comment that was like, "It's so funny to me that two men in their 30s have the same sense of humor as me, a girl that's 16 years old."
Yeah.
Something like that. And that was McKenna. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it wasn't me, but it was me.
Exactly.
Like, I was 17 when I watched that show. It was me.
So, it must feel pretty surreal for you though that you went from Greg reading your comment on Knocking Boots to him selling something that you made.
Yeah. Like honestly, it still doesn't feel real. Like I still don't believe that this is something that has happened.
And you don't just do prints, also you do animations. You do like a bunch of like little animatics. You did a bunch for the Photoshop challenge Simply Sassy did. Which one has been your favorite that you probably pull from that?
Oh
also-
gosh.
And also how
Uh,
hard is that? How hard is it to do those like little animations? Because like imagine the process is a little
I think I make it harder on myself because I do it all in Photoshop.
Oh,
I don't even
no.
use a proper animating program. I just do it in Photoshop. So I'm like drawing everything, moving it slightly, drawing more, moving it slightly. And I don't know why, like I sort of know how to animate in like other things,
Yeah.
but I just like the piece that went into the Nug Dome was Kevin and Cecil. And it was just a still thing to start with. And then I went, you know what? What if I tried to animate this? And I don't know why. I just decided I wanted to do that. And so I already had Photoshop open. So I saw that they had an animating feature, sort of. And I went, fuck it, let's see how this works. And then I just never bothered to do it any differently.
I think my favorite piece of trivia about all that is the fact that most of the backgrounds you do tend to look just completely black, but you crosshatch every single one of
Everyone.
them to the
Everyone.
And
point
it's-
where it's literally just like a paint bucket tool where it's just, I just want it to be black, but instead you manually do it. I always thought that was so funny, but also extremely impressive.
And like, I'm not, I should, like, cool, I want to crosshatch it. I should just copy and paste in the same background, but it's
You
different
did it
one every time.
Oh my god. I think I've noticed that. I think I've noticed that where like it'll be different like every frame, and I'm just like, what?
You get a bit of
I
texture
mean-
on it, which is cool.
Usually, like, it's the same one for each piece, but like the next time I do one, it's a totally different cross, and it'll look exactly the same, but it's a different one. But like going back to like my favorite one, I think besides the the Patreon print as a print is probably one of my favorite drawings I've ever done. I'm so ridiculously proud of that, and I had so much fun doing that. But I think animation wise, I think this shirtless, the creation of shirtless Miles Morales is still one of my favorite ones.
Oh yeah, that was a good
That's
one.
cool.
I had so much fun doing that one, and like usually I smash these out in a couple of days, 24 hours or something. But that one I spent months on because I would just sit there in some downtime and just work on it. So it was kind of like a very cathartic piece for me just to sit and work on. I wasn't trying to get it done for anything, so
You
I
just
could
wanted
just
to do
take
it
my
for the sake
time
of
with.
doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I need another piece like that.
What I really love, but one of my favorite ones that you did is the the Ronald McDonald one.
Yes.
I will
Yes.
never forget that one. That's one of my favorite
love
things you
that
ever
one.
did.
So good.
It's just I just love that he just like pops in and just like pops out and then pops in a different side. It's just so funny.
Yeah,
He
you guys
captured the pain in his
never
eyes, you
saw
know?
the breakdown I had trying to upload that to Twitter because it just
Oh, no.
would not work. I
This was
in
during that time, right?
tears.
Where like you started uploading to YouTube.
No, so I didn't start doing the YouTube until a few after that. But I was trying to gift that out and it just looked
Yeah.
so terrible. I tried to make a video for Twitter and Twitter was just compressing it so badly.
Yeah,
and I was
Twitter
just in
video is the worst.
tears, crying. And I was like, fuck it, this GIF will do. And it's just, and then eventually I was like, okay, I need to like make a YouTube channel properly.
Your tall lady, the tall.
Oh, I love the
lady.
tall lady one too. That's another one of my
I
favorites.
It's fantastic. I use that as reference for a cross stitch that I did because it was
No.
just I was like, this is the perfect angle that I need to make this pattern. I'm gonna use it. Like it was so good. It's like because yeah, like the skirt and everything was like, oh, this is fantastic. The fit, everything. I was like, yeah, this is my reference picture. Did you
I-
for that one too? Did you crosshatch the whole background for that one too? Jessie.
Yeah, I did.
McKenna,
my
she said it
God.
was for all of them.
I
She
know,
said
but I
she's
was like,
done
I want to hear her say it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my
I gotta know, Jesse, do you have any dreams where like they're in crosshatch after doing a lot of those? Like you're halfway for a piece, you fall asleep, and then you just
Do you ever
dream
have,
in
like,
crosshatch?
No.
do you ever have like cross hatching nightmares? Where you're like, oh, the lines are coming for me.
Yes, no, not really. Although after one of the last ones I did, of like it's 5 seconds long. It's disappointed Greg.
Yeah,
and
I just saw that.
Yes.
that one killed me. Like there is something like 27 different pictures of Greg in
Oh my
that,
God.
and it's 5 seconds long, and I wanted to die.
Wow.
6.
Oh, 26, sorry.
No, it's 6. It's 6 seconds long.
Oh, it's
But I
6
love. I think the last 2 seconds. Yeah, the last 2 seconds are just this frame that says Greg sucks. And
Yeah.
the end. Yeah.
And like I really enjoyed that one. I had so much like it was awful to do and I did it in like one day. and
That's
I wanted to
amazing.
die. But I had so much fun doing it.
Oh, I'm just going through your YouTube channel. They're all great, but one of my favorite ones for
Oh, yeah.
sure is the Pumpkin King. I really love the Pumpkin
Oh
King,
my
where it's like
gosh.
the jack-o'-lantern coming down, and it's like pops up its blessing, and it goes down, it comes up its Greg. It's so good.
I feel your pain, Jesse. That when we did what did we call it again? The last dance, right? Last chance.
Oh,
When I did
Never
that, I
heard of it.
animated. I think it was like 2 seconds, 3 seconds of animation was like 2,000 frames. It was
Yeah.
like photoshopping, and that took a week. And I did it,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't know if this was worth it.
I just
exactly.
I could understand Jesse's because like that's actual hand-drawn animation, and like that's a lot of animators do that. Like if you go back and you look at the history of animation, that's what they do. They hand draw every single frame. Ben, what you did was track a logo on video, which
Oh,
there
no,
are
that was 500 frames. This was the Nick and Andy.
okay,
When
even
I
that is still
photoshopped
just
Nick and
technically
Andy.
tracking an image. And there are so many programs that make that so easy, but instead you decided to go through what on your phone, per
I
usual,
only had my phone at the
Probably.
time.
and Photoshop every single frame.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh my god.
You did it frame by frame?
I had to.
You
Yeah.
lunatic?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
it's
you can
tough,
you
so
can
I
open
feel
up
your
any
pain,
video
Jesse.
editing program, but you can just keyframe the animation and say start here, move here. It takes you
Yeah.
10 seconds, and Ben was like, I'm gonna spend a week on my phone doing this. Frame by
Yeah,
frame.
so I've worked out Photoshop also does that, but I don't like the result.
It yeah. It can look wonky if it's yeah.
I love
Keyframing
learning about.
is a pain sometimes.
Oh yeah, I love learning about people's workflows. Oh, this is so interesting to me. I'm not the only one that also like does extra things that I don't have to do, but I want to do just because, like, why not? It looks better if I do it myself.
Exactly.
Need to do any of this, but I do.
Is there something that you learned from doing the crosshatches over the last year? Like over the last like 2 years away? Like is there anything like new you got out of drawing the kind of funny guys in really stupid situations?
I mean, all of that cross hatching started was because I didn't want to color. It's something that I'd started specifically on that piece for the Nug Dome. I'd never done it before. I was just making it up as I went. So like the whole thing in general, I learned, I guess.
Wait, you said you didn't want to color?
Yeah, I didn't want to color in.
But then
So-
this most recent piece you did has color.
Yeah, because I worked out a way that I like to color things.
Okay, fair enough.
But like the whole piece itself isn't colored. Most of it's still
Yeah, most of it is still black and
black
white.
and
Yeah,
white. Yeah,
it's like accents and details and stuff like that.
exactly.
But McKenna brought up the tall lady animatic you did, and which begs me to ask the ultimate question: tall lady or daughter?
I mean, my brand is tall lady, so I gotta stick with that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Robin. I'm so sorry.
I
He knows
I
this.
was wearing my Team Step on Me shirt all day today.
Yes.
I wore that
I
to
need
work
that
and
shirt.
forgot that I was wearing it. And my boss looks at me at one point and goes, "Ha! I just realized what your shirt said." And I went, "Oh shit!"
I did too.
Oh, I hope
Great.
that's
Your boss
hilarious.
sounds like he's the coolest, you know?
Yeah.
He's really cool. He's got dreads down to the ground, so he's cool.
Oh my
That's
God.
awesome.
Well, today was
health
still part
hazard,
of
but
the.
cool.
Today was still part of the beer week, right? Or the
No,
beer...
that finished last Sunday.
Oh, okay. But you're still tired from that.
Well, I mean, I didn't have a weekend, so I went from like
Yeah.
Tuesday to yesterday of working like non-stop. So
Oh, now you're giving us today. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, she's still working.
still working. No.
This is more leisure than work.
Is
Jesse,
it?
how
In
tall
a
was
way.
how tall was too tall when we're talking about, obviously Tall Lady swept the, I was going to say nation, but the world by storm, obviously, with the
Swept the
release of
world off its
RE8.
feet.
Like, how tall was too tall, though?
I mean, I'm short, so everybody's too tall.
I mean, is everybody too tall? Is everybody, or are you just too short?
Well, I try not to think about it like that,
I'm sorry.
especially after finding out that I'm shorter than what I thought I was.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And that's just life, This is
I know.
unfortunate.
That's life.
What is
Now,
this?
Jesse, obviously, you've mentioned obviously following your dreams to obviously get to the brewery, get that amazing job there, and obviously with the artwork and kind of funny and getting to that Patreon level. What's the next big dream and goal that you've got? Have you got any big fun projects planned or anything you really want to do next?
I mean, I'd really like a PlayStation 5.
Hear that, Shuhei? Get on it.
No, I mean, like at the moment, I'm not working in a brewery. I'm working still in the beer field, but not making beer. So I would love to be back making beer. Like the ultimate
Mm.
dream is to have my own brewery or space that I can brew beer. Like that's dream. I have art wise, I've got some projects like that are in my brain. I just need the time to do it. I mean, I work 40 hours a week, so I come home and I'm just tired. So I don't work on anything. And then the weekend comes around and I have to deal with all of the things that come with being an adult. So I still don't have time.
Yeah, adulting.
Being
And
adult
like
sucks.
I want to be streaming again because I haven't streamed since like February, but
Yeah, that was so
time
fun.
it doesn't exist. But I loved streaming. It was so much fun.
It was so
And
fun.
streaming was, hey, I'm gonna work on art because otherwise I'm not gonna work on art.
I
Now, for
remember.
when you do start streaming, Jesse, where can people check you out there?
Oh, twitch.tv/Flora Jessie.
Yeah.
I remember when you were streaming, McKenna and I were recording on Saturdays, patch notes. And after we were done recording, I would see everybody was in your Discord, and I was like, "You want to go say hi?" And you want to just jump in? It was just so much fun just to like go in and hang out with everybody.
Yeah, and
God,
I
so
miss
good.
that. Like streaming was I'm gonna work on art and I'm gonna open my Discord and people can come and just hang out with me and keep me company and I can hang
Remember
out
when
with
we made
friends and do art.
Mike join your Discord?
Yeah. I still have a screenshot of his message in that Discord.
Oh no, so funny. Uh, speaking of which, McKenna, do you have any questions for Miss Jessie?
Of course I do. I got the napkin of questions. So, we going back to your art and whatnot. I think we've definitely talked about this before, but like, what has been your journey with art? Like, did you do it in school? Like, what? I know like your parents did art, of course, but like, did you have like any formal training or anything, or is it all self-done, self-taught?
A lot of it is self-done. Like I've always done it. I've grown up with it, so I've just always done it. And like I did all of the art electives in high school as well. And then I went to university for graphic design and creative advertising. So none of that was like super art based because I didn't go to like a fine art school or something because at the same time, yeah, both my parents are like super into arty, but I didn't know if that's what I wanted to do. And when I went back to Australia last time, Mum was like, "Did we push you in art?" And I'm like, "No, it's all good, don't worry." Because she's like, "You're not doing any like." You went to university for these things and you're not working. Did we push that? And I'm like, no, you didn't. I just found other things I want to do more. And I think that happens to a lot of people. Like, yeah, so a lot of it I've just kind of made up as I go. Like, of course, bits and pieces that I've learned from high school and university have obviously played into that as well. Like, one of the courses I did was illustration. Um, But like, yeah, a lot of it's just like, hey, see cool shit on the internet, see if I can do that too, and just play around and make it up as I go.
Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. And then behind you, you have a couple Charmanders, and I was just curious, where did the love for the Pokemon what led you to Charmander?
Like I watched. We had this thing in Australia called Cheese TV, and it was before school cartoons,
Mhm.
and it was Pokemon. It was Sailor. Like I was waking up at. It started at like 6:30 in the morning with Sailor Moon, but without fail, I woke up at 6 and had to sit through half an hour of aerobics before the cartoon
yeah.
started.
Your
So it
morning
was like Sailor
aerobics.
Moon into Pokemon,
Wait, did you do the
Yu-Gi-Oh.
aerobics or did you
Of
just
course
like?
not.
Did you, I'll just
No.
turn it on and I'll just wait for.
Yeah. I was always so angry every morning. So yeah, I mean Pokemon was on there, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Droids, Dragon Ball Z, everything.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
the whole shebang. Oh my gosh.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a fantastic combo. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And it was
great
like
morning lineup.
always changing, always new things.
Oh. Oh, that's even better. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's man, we need this television station. Um and then outside of brewing in art and everything, what are some of your other hobbies that you may not have time for right now, but you like to do?
I mean, I've grown up playing video games my entire life. Like my twin sister has a severe disability, so video games is always something we would do together because it's not like we could go outside and kick a ball or something. So we all had very inside childhood. So it was like video games and cartoons and stuff. So it's like still super into video games, even though I don't have time. Although I was playing Turnip Boy today, so that was fun.
Yes, the new update or just the main
Just the
storyline?
actual game because I haven't played it yet.
Yes. Oh no, it's
Nice.
it's still great.
It's so good. I'm enjoying
is.
it. Like I've also been playing Boyfriend Dungeon, Road 96.
Oh,
Um,
is that game good?
It was so good.
Oh
Is that the
So
Hitchhiker
good.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the one where like there's
Nice.
different paths and there's different stories and all that
so
stuff.
good.
That's
So
cool.
good.
I gotta pick that up.
Like Boyfriend Dungeon I finished in a day. It came out and then I was sick the next day, so I had to stay home.
Oh yeah.
For the record, I was actually sick.
Oh, okay. Why'd you do air quotes? Why'd you do air?
Because it just seems so dodgy. But like I also love reading. I also just watch a terrible amount of Netflix and stuff.
Oh, what you watching?
I just finished Sex Education,
Oh, the third
I need to
season.
watch that.
the third season.
I
So
need to watch
good.
that.
Is it good?
Is it
I
It's-
enjoyed it.
the whole season is out, right?
Yeah, it's all out.
Okay. It came out yesterday, and I went to my sister's high school like football game, so I couldn't watch it. So I need to watch that tonight.
Yeah, I watched half of it last night and then the rest today, and I'm like, yeah, all right.
So,
cool.
is Hoodie correct in telling me that you started watching The Circle?
Yes.
What did
he's
you think of it?
correct. I haven't finished watching it. I watched like half of it, and then I stopped because I found other things I wanted to watch more.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
I started it because I got my second COVID jab, and I was like, I don't want my brain to think. So Caesar keeps telling me about The Circle. Let's watch that.
I told you about it like once. I love that show. I actually signed up to be on it. We'll see what happens.
I would
Oh,
watch
yes.
that.
Oh my
Look at me to
god.
watch it.
I
That would be
doubt.
amazing.
I doubt I'm gonna
Would
hear
you
anything
play
back.
yourself or somebody else?
That's what I'm thinking about. I'll probably be myself because I think it's just too much effort to be somebody else. Because you see these people like they have notebooks and they have things about like the character they're trying to be and like how they're not trying to mess up. And then there was this one guy who was trying to be a girl, and then they did a makeup challenge, and he just shit the bed. He just wasn't ready to put makeup on like a little mannequin. It's like the ugliest, and everybody immediately was like, "That's not a sorority girl.
No,
That is not a sorority girl."
that's hilarious.
Busted.
So, if I were to do a character, it'd be very similar to me, but not exactly. like me, but I don't know. I'd probably just be myself.
Would you at least
How
do an
many
accent
circles
though?
are in the show?
Well, that's not voice. They don't hear or see me. It's just text based.
Question still stands.
Yep. You can still do an accent.
I'm me, but from Australia.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
I love
And-
giving you notes
and-
about spiders.
So every picture of me will have a spider photoshopped on
Yeah.
it. Like,
Oh no!
And every photo, like the spider gets slightly larger, so at the end it's just this huge.
it's just a giant
spider.
spider on a leash, and I'm just like,
You just start stealing all Jesse's stories. It's like, man, it was crazy when I was young. Like all these.
I walked
spiders,
through a
like,
spider
shit my
web,
hair.
and like there's a bunch of spiders in my hair. They laid eggs, and then like I didn't have any ticks because the spiders were eating it, but I was still itchy.
And they'll be like, "That's a fake story."
Fake, not real.
Damn
Fake
yeah.
news.
It's real. It didn't happen to me. Oh,
So
I
is it
would
just the
so-
one circle they have in the show? How many circles are we talking about?
There's just one circle,
just
and
one
it's huge.
circle.
It's on the outside of the building.
Well, there's a bunch
Whoa.
of circles on the building. There's a bunch. It's like hidden Mickeys. There's like a bunch of circles all
So it's
over.
like one giant circle made up with like thousands of little circles.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Sounds like the worst Mr. Beast episode ever.
It kind of is. No, I like the show. I think it's fun, but it's like it's that thing where it's nonsense. It's like there's really like it's just people being stupid.
Sometimes you need that, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know where to go from here. I'm not usually the host. Phil abandoned us.
I have
He did.
For everybody that's wondering where Phil is, he's dead.
got bit
he's
by a
not-
Snake right in the
Right.
eyeball.
right in the eyes.
Well, no. Actually, I was watching an old
It's in
kind of
the
funny
jugular.
podcast.
Just
I was
Got
watching
it.
an old kind of funny podcast, and they were
Sad.
like, in case anybody doesn't know, Andy's dead.
Yeah.
He's not actually dead. We're just future proofing. So yeah,
Snake's
Phil's
got
dead.
him.
Phil's dead. He's not actually dead. We're just future proofing.
Spider bites. Yeah, crazy.
Right in the
bites.
eyeball.
Huntsman got him right in the face.
it really sucks because like his job has to deal with people's eyes. So like someone
know.
who can't see. Ooh,
Terrible coincidence.
sucks,
I
man.
mean,
Ironic.
most people need eyes for their job, but you know,
Yeah.
Well, no, he deals with glasses.
I know.
Oh, okay.
He was trying to put glasses on the spiders. Turns out, not into it.
Right, that'd have to be a lot of glasses. 4 at least. That'd be like 4 glasses.
Yeah.
No,
There's
I
volunteer-
imagine
being
it's
told
like just the
volunteer work,
one
yeah.
pair, but it's got like loads of different lenses.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yes.
I don't want to think about that at all.
I just think it's funny the idea of like individual like 2 lens glasses like for
A bunch
2
of
pairs
monocles just hanging
Yeah.
on.
Oh, a bunch
8
of monocles.
monocles.
And then the spider's like, oh fuck, I put the wrong one in the wrong place.
I
And they just like-
I shouldn't have given them perfect vision. Now, like, just running rampant around the cities. Yeah.
and they're like, I need to get into some hair. I need to lay
They're-
some eggs.
They're super polite though, which is nice. You know, you get to,
Yeah.
hello, sir. May I bite you?
It's like 8 monocles.
All 8 legs, adjusting them at the same time.
And they wear top hats too, like the Monopoly guy.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Peanut?
Just little, like canes as well. They got canes.
But do they have 8
Oh,
canes?
Top hat. Yes.
Absolutely have to. They're
No,
like
it-
stilts.
it's-
They're just still to this
Yeah.
point.
It's like 7 canes, and like the one leg is just like limping. Just
Yeah.
like limping forward.
What has happened to the show?
Now I have the image of a spider moving 7 legs forward and then just 1 leg behind it. And then it's just like slow.
It's just dragging its limp behind it.
No, it's not dragging it. It's just like because then that'd be hopping. It's just like how you see like dogs take two legs take steps at a time or something.
Mhm.
It's like imagine a dog taking like a step with 3 legs and then 1.
This just reminded me that I had a pet spider that had a broken leg.
You actually had a pet
How
spider.
did you know it was broken?
I mean, it couldn't use it.
I just didn't want to. You know?
I kept it in a cup.
Did you name it?
Aw.
I think his name was Spider-Man, actually.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Alright.
And I actually remember taking it to school, so you know.
How long did it live in the cup?
I
Did you,
don't know.
did you put
I put holes
the
in
cup?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not a monster.
Did you feed it or did it just die for not getting food?
Like, I don't remember. I think I probably tried to feed it.
I like to think that you like tried to feed it human food.
Use
Just
a
dropped
burger.
a burger on it.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, wash it down with some Coke. Here's some Coke.
Oh, the burger's not good enough for you? Let's put some Vegemite on it. Let's give some.
Yeah.
Right, you're an
Sprinkle over.
Australian spider,
Yeah,
Vegemite.
Yeah. See, Caesar knows about Vegemite now. He's becoming too powerful. He could definitely portray an Australian. Yeah.
Exactly.
You'd be great on the circle,
I
Caesar. You
got
definitely need to do
I
that.
got a pet spider. I take my kangaroo to school.
Yeah.
I got my Vegemite.
Feed burgers to my pet spider with its broken leg.
What is this show?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
tell you-
even define what
Don't
the show
anymore.
is. You know?
I'll tell you what this part of the show is right now. Community questions.
What?
Oh.
That's
Community questions.
anybody have any community questions they want to go with?
I've got all of them. All right, let's go.
Quick fire.
All right, first one comes from Erica at Ambelina.
Oh,
She says, "Hey, big fan. Oh gosh, I'm nervous," which, you know, we're all a little nervous because you're so great. What are some of your favorite books? I love you, BB.
Jesse, do you mind reading what you responded to Erica with? By the way,
I don't have it open, but I'm pretty sure I said I thought that said favorite boobs.
yeah.
In which Robin responded with, "What are your favorite?"
No, he
boobs?"
did. He did. He said favorite boobs. That's what he
Yeah.
said.
And to which because we were on voice chat, I'm pretty sure I then said whichever boobs I next get to touch.
But what are your favorite books?
Favorite books? I have a selection just behind me in a bookcase that doesn't actually fit books.
Forget that.
It's its sole purpose.
It's
What the
like I
fuck?
can't stand them up. It's
Do you
so
cut the books down to
stupid.
size?
Is that a bookshelf or is that like a shoe holder? Like is
I
that a
have
shoe?
no idea. Look, it was here. Like all this furniture's none of it's mine.
Oh, okay.
It was here. But favorite books. I mean, I love Philip Pullman. His Dark Materials series. Love it.
Did you like the
Rant-
HBO show, Jesse?
I loved the HBO show.
It was great, right?
I think they did a really good job with it. Ransom Riggs, I really like. I unapologetically love John Green because I am a basic white girl.
I have paper towns right over there.
Looking for Alaska.
Yes. Oh, so
Why?
I mean, I just love fantasy books. I've grown up reading just fantasy my entire life. So like George R.R. Martin, love him, and so many others. And just books. Neil Gaiman, everybody. Terry Pratchett, everybody. Like, just give me books.
yes.
Should I read the book if I would like the movie Paper Towns? Is it
The book is infinitely better. So
okay? Well, I love the movie, so that's great. Check it out.
You also love the Avengers game, Ben. So
Let's not bring this into the occasion. The audience don't need to know that I love that game. Okay,
Why are
we
you
don't need to
ashamed,
share
Ben?
that. We don't need to share.
because you should
the
be.
audience already knows.
This man chose to play that than play games with his friends the other night.
I played Red Dead, dude.
You finally jumped into Red Dead after all of us got off.
My horse died.
Hey,
I was supposed to in
Gage.
the first
Maybe
5 minutes.
maybe this is just that he doesn't want to play with you.
Oh.
Whoa.
I like how he was teeing up to say something. He was like, "Fuck, you got me."
I don't know if I can bring
Yeah.
myself to go back to it after my horse died. It was so.
It wasn't even your horse. You stole the carriage from somebody.
Yeah, we bonded. We'd bonded for like a good solid minute before it got hit by the tram. It was so devastating.
In other words, you killed the horse, Ben. It was your fault.
No, it's the tram driver's fault,
No,
dude. You know, he could have
No,
slammed
no,
the
no, no,
brakes.
no, no. Yeah, slam the brakes.
They don't stop that fast, Ben.
He should have. I didn't see him.
It's like Ben's the type of guy who walks on the street and purposely gets hit by a car and goes, "The hell, man? I was walking." And they're like, "Bro, you're jaywalking." And Ben's like, "Hit your brakes."
Shit.
Why have they got realistic horse dying physics in the game? It's terrifying. Why did they actually make that?
I love how that's the part you don't like. Just
There's
Oh, it was
there's a lot of
horrifying.
stuff they put in that game that I don't like. There's like a lot of like very realistic things they put in that game that just make me uncomfortable.
you mean you don't like when you shoot someone in the face with a shotgun and their heads explode?
That's different.
In various ways too. Like there's
I'm
chunks
talking about
left
like the
over.
detailed like
Of course.
the
Brutal.
fact that like the horse nuts drop when it gets hot.
Yeah. Horses are also constantly shitting. Like my horse never stops shitting.
Hey,
It's
I
insane.
think
Feeding
your
that thing.
horse has a problem. I think you need to take it to the vet.
Granted, I feed it a lot. So
gee, I
it
wonder
makes
why
sense.
it's
Yeah,
constantly
well, I wonder
shitting.
why it's shitting all the time.
Yeah. What a good game.
It was pretty
Oh.
fun up until that moment. Yeah.
You got a good episode, Jesse.
We'll play it. We'll
Um,
definitely play some Red Dead Online. Maybe we could do a Simply Sassy Red Dead Online.
God damn it, Ben. God damn it.
I'll reiterate this one from Reese Boy, who asks, "What are your future hopes, dreams, aspirations that can be realistic or totally wild? I want to hear them." We kind of covered this when you said you wanted
Kind
to
of
brew.
covered it, but like,
But, like, is there anything
PlayStation
else?
5, brewery, more art, more beer. I don't know. I don't really know if there's anything else. I mean, I think
You
I
don't
need
want
to
to move
work
in with
out.
Robin. You don't.
I was like avoiding Robin entirely for this entire show, but there we go. No, I think
Oh.
I need to work out where the fuck I want to live.
Yeah.
Whether it's Berlin, Sweden, or Australia, like something's gonna
All great
change.
places,
somewhere.
you know.
Mhm.
Or New Zealand, you know. Who's to say?
Or
you
New
know,
Zealand, we
New
just choose
Zealand's pretty
somewhere
cool.
else entirely.
We just
But
exactly.
they
Can
got
we
Marmite,
crash on
Jesse.
your couch?
I mean,
they-
you know, the spare room.
But Jesse, New Zealand has Marmite.
But we've
Yeah,
also
but
got
it's
Vegemite. We've got
Close
Vegemite
enough
too.
to Australia that I could get Vegemite very easily.
True.
Yeah. I mean, we sell it in the stores here. I don't know why they do, but we do.
Because it's superior in every way.
I'm just saying we had something over here called Marmageddon where the country flipped out because we couldn't get Marmite because of the
Marmageddon.
shortage. It was honestly, it was like front page headlines for a
I
while
remember
there. and it
hearing
was-
about this.
Yeah, it was bad. We had to like try and import sometimes from the UK, and it cost like $200 for a little bottle. It was nuts.
But UK Marmite is also different.
It is. It's not as good. Yeah, sadly.
Wait, I want to know. I think you've talked about like your schooling experience, which is really fascinating to me. Some things. Did they teach you about the Emu War in school, Jesse?
The Great
Not
Emu
at
War.
all.
Yeah.
No.
But it's,
Because the emus won. Why would they tell us?
that's why
Australia
it's so
just lied about
fascinating
emus
to me.
now.
I love that Australia lost to a bird.
Have you seen an emu?
If the kangaroos were on the emu side, I would get it. Like it was
Like the kangaroos were riding the emus into battle. Like you don't fuck with that.
and then they also had the spiders. Oh my god, don't.
Yeah, nightmare. Like you also would just lie down and die.
They're terrifying.
This is definitely sounding like his Dark Materials, stuff right now. Kangaroos rode on the emus.
If anybody doesn't know what the emu war is, Google it. I'm not a teacher.
I
How
think
are
it
those
was just
community questions, Mac? How are those?
So yeah.
How are they looking?
it
I'm
was
so
back
sorry.
on track.
I'm so sorry.
Get us Mac on track,
Oh.
Just across the screen. Mac on track.
Mac attack.
Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Hoodie asks, at the Penny Marvels. How are you, honey?
I'm
How are you?
great. I'm great. I'm tired, but I'm great.
It's fantastic.
Honey.
Honey.
What is this show?
This is a show. We're doing a show. It's really cool.
I don't know. This is gonna be the last one ever. I go on shows and just cancel them. It
good to know.
happened with
Still like us, dude.
KFAF. It happened with We've Got Mail. Ben's Photoshop show. I went on that. It's never come back.
We gotta start calling you Tim Geddes then.
It's true.
It's true. I have called myself Tim Geddes in a comment, and Tim Geddes liked it.
Have you not thought though that it's just that they've peaked, Jesse? You can't go beyond it. You know.
That's
How
true.
crazy would it be if after your Patreon print is done, they're like, we're no longer doing this.
They cancel We're closing down Kind of Funny. We're stopping Patreon. It's just too good. Community questions. With Mac.
Woo. Robin GL at the Robin
Who?
GL. You might know him. I don't know. He asked,
Ever heard of him?
how did you come up with the idea to create the fake animal that you call tree kangaroos?
Not a fake animal. They're real.
Sounds so hurt.
I love tree kangaroos. They have them at my zoo, and they're just so adorable.
They're brilliant. No, Robin refuses to believe they're real. He got a hoodie on board with not believing they're real. It's his whole thing.
How do they get up there, Jesse? How do they get up the trees? You know,
They climb.
They climb. They climb. They have claws.
do they climb or do they jump? You know.
They
They
climb.
climb.
Okay. I've heard it both ways.
I've seen a tree kangaroo at the zoo.
I mean, I've seen them too, but you know, have you ever seen one climb the tree? You know.
Yes, I have.
Yes.
I climbed to get food.
I mean, let's see photographic evidence of
Oh
this.
my
you know?
god.
Let's get a tree
to.
kangaroo on the show.
I'll take you to the zoo, Ben. Come over. We'll go.
I mean,
see
I'm
the
just
tree
saying, Robin
kangaroo.
could be onto something here. You know.
Ben, I sent you a community question.
Oh.
To what's up?
We're waiting, Ben. We're waiting.
It's loading. It's loading.
You're holding up the show, Ben.
Come
We're
on.
What a
waiting.
show! What a show! What a show we're having.
Come on, Ben. Hurry up, Ben.
It's a show.
Ben
That's
on
great.
track.
It's a thing.
Come on, Ben. Ask a question, Ben.
Oh, this one's a good one. This one comes from the Indie Boy one Mark Freeman, all the
Hey,
way from
Mark.
the UK.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
One of those UK people. One of those fantastic UK people. Mark asks, what is one of the most recent fan art that you have seen and loved? Keep being amazing. Can't wait to hang your art on my walls in the museum.
That sounds like a threat.
Yeah, it
I
does. Can't wait to hang it on my wall. Honestly, my Twitter, I follow so many artists, so I see so much brilliant fan art. So I like, honestly, it gets to the point where I don't know what is fan art and what is official art for things anymore. So all of it's brilliant.
It's so cool. A lot of these companies are now hiring the people that are doing the fan art, though, right? Like, I feel like that happens more and more now, where someone does something and like, oh, we'll commission you to do this piece. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love,
Or
you
like-
love to see it.
Or like, I know I brought this up before, but like the guy that fixed the Mandalorian season 2 finale with like he edited it, like he fixed the Mark Hamill thing. Lucasfilm hired him, and
Yeah,
it's just like stuff like that is so cool.
yeah, it's awesome.
I can't wait for the day that you and Alice and all the other amazing artists like get to do. Well, I guess you already have done official stuff for Kind of Funny, right?
Well,
But,
I
like,
have
other
now.
things as well. Other things.
Yeah, I'd
other-
love to do more stuff.
Is there a brand you would love to do art for then?
I don't like. I'd love to do more stuff for Kind of Funny, obviously. Like What's Good Games would also be really cool.
Did you listen to the latest episode, Jesse?
I need to
No.
finish that.
It's so
have
sad. You got a friend coming over though.
I know Steimer's moving
It's
to
so
Berlin.
cool. It's so cool.
How do I accidentally run into Steimer?
My favorite, like,
So,
spoilers
hey,
ever.
Stammer, I can get you some beer.
Yeah. Well,
Everyone-
somebody actually tagged me on her post saying that she was moving to Berlin, being like, "Hey, at Pink Spider Felix lives in Berlin. She knows where to get good beer." And it was
Oh,
somebody
that'll-
that I
that'll be
have
amazing.
never interacted with before in my entire life. I've
Oh, that's
never seen
awesome.
this person before, and I'm like, "What is going on?"
You
I
need to
need
make
to
this
find
happen.
this.
That'd be fantastic if we can get you two together. That'd be amazing.
I will take Steimer for all of them.
And everyone needs to check out the latest episode of What's Good Games because it's incredible. There's a moment where I think is it Steimer says instead of kiss my ass, lick my ass by accident. And I feel like they just laugh for like 5 minutes. It's so funny.
That's awesome.
It's so good. So everyone check it out. Steimer's not final episode, but obviously her leaving What's Good. So you should check that out. Yeah.
Yes.
Community questions with Mac and Caesar and
Oh my
Gage.
god.
And
Congrats
Ben.
for
Yeah,
let-
and Ben.
let
Dot, dot,
let
dot.
Pink Spider Felix be your guide. She's a lovely. Is that the one?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's make
That's
this
so
happen.
funny.
yeah.
Mhm. Let's do it.
That's it. That's the show. Let's sit here in silence, in awkward silence for like 15 minutes.
I mean,
You're
I've got
our
more
host,
questions if we're
Leos.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ben's,
go for it.
Ben's got his
If
whole
anybody
thing.
has other questions I want to ask, I have a like really random stuff we could pull, like the Devolver Digital conference that we watched.
I thought you were going to bring up Opal. I thought we were going to.
No, one of my favorite memories of the last year is just me and Jessie watching the Devolver Digital conference. Just us.
Us. Nobody else decided to come, but we had a great time.
It was a blast. Oh my god. So much fun. It's one of the best conferences in history, and just
Honestly, it
nobody
was-
watched it.
It was the highlight.
But go, Ben, ask your questions.
So I kind of want to know for someone obviously in the beer industry and just obviously something that surprised you getting into that industry and the world of like beer culture and that kind of thing. So something that kind of surprised you, like getting into that industry, you got in there and thought, oh, that's actually really cool. That's something that you didn't know previously that some people might not know.
I mean, my experience in the beer industry is fairly small. I got really lucky. It's impossible to get into, especially here in Germany. I mean, I don't speak very much German, so already I'm not going to get a job. But also they want you to finish your apprenticeship first or do an apprenticeship with them, but you need German for that. So already it doesn't matter how many places I apply to, I'm never going to be the one that's chosen. I could do a 17,000 euro course and be a brewmaster, and maybe I get a look in at a brewery, but also probably not because I'm still not German and I'm also not a dude, so I'm not gonna get the job. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I love beer, I love making it, but the industry here in Berlin kind of sucks.
Yeah, you've told me like your stories from
Mm.
coming back from Australia, and then your now ex-boyfriend was telling you like, don't talk, those are Nazis, and if they're gonna know you're a foreigner, and
Yeah.
they're gonna attack you.
Well, probably not attack, but probably
Right.
would say some not so nice things. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm.
But didn't you have like a story like you saw them get chased by the police or something?
Yeah. So we arrived back in Berlin and the police were at the airport waiting for them. Like, the police turned up and then they all left their wives or girlfriends or whatever to collect the bags and they all just ran out of the airport. Because you can get arrested for just openly wearing that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So
That sucks. They have to go through.
Oh, no.
Wish everything was better.
me too.
Be
Oh
better,
well.
people. Yeah.
That is how the world.
My next question is just obviously you mentioned obviously connecting with your sis with video games, and that's obviously something that you did. Do you still get to play online very often, and what sort of stuff do you play if you do?
I mean, I don't play anything with her. It's too difficult. She has her iPad, which she plays things on, but mostly when we were
Cool.
playing, it was like me or my brother playing and she was watching or whatever.
I
Um, but online games, I played Raft for a really long time with some friends. But then we all sort of fell out of contact again, and so I don't
What's
play things
Raft? I haven't
online.
heard of that.
So Raft is you're basically just on a raft floating in the ocean trying to build your raft and survive.
It was recently on
And
PS Plus. I downloaded it, but I never touched it.
it's
That
it's
sounds
lots
cool.
of fun. It's lots of fun with people. Uh, we accidentally sank like 10 hours in one day into the game without realizing. So,
Yes.
That's awesome.
but yeah,
And
like
I guess on that too, are there any games coming up that you're super excited for? You're going to check out? I know, what was that game that you recommended that I started? I can't quite remember. It was on Steam free at one point. It was kind of like Life is Strange a little bit. You're like, you got to pick this up. It's free. It's great. What was it?
oh, tell me why?
Yeah. Tell me why. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't
Ain't
finished that yet, but I really
nothing
liked that.
left.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to Stray coming out, but of course that got
Oh, was that the cat
pushed.
one?
Yeah, that's the cat one. I'm really excited to play, what is it, Back for Blood when that comes out, because I was a huge fan of Left 4 Dead back in the day. So I want friends to play that with.
Nice.
Well, Back for Blood.
Yeah.
I'm so down.
Awesome.
Matt Batson and I jumped in, and he's gonna get it, so I might end up getting it. So we'll see.
Nice. So if I know some people who have it, then maybe I'll actually get it.
Or one of the games I'm most excited for coming in the next couple months.
Yeah,
God.
it's good. It looks like so much fun. I didn't play any of like the beta stuff or anything, but
The beta's
it
fun.
looks so good.
But the thing with that game though is it's only fun with friends.
Exactly.
It's only fun with people, and so
Unlike
yeah.
Adventures, which just isn't fun, period.
Where's the disconnect call button? Where is it?
How to remove Gage.
For the record, anybody out there watching, it's okay to like Avengers. I'm just talking shit. 'Cause Ben prefers to play that than play games with us. It's the other reason why. It's an okay game, okay?
I mean, technically, we're playing games together. You know, we're just not in the same game. Yeah.
Except
yeah,
the
I mean,
game I'm playing
other
is good
games-
though, Ben.
We're still hanging out. We're still talking about how Danny Rand sucks from Iron Fist.
Oh my
you know,
God,
it's
yes,
still-
we were.
I'm Danny Rand.
What
I've
are-
got a glowing fist. You know,
Hold
we're
on,
still- we're
guys.
still
Let me
doing it.
channel my chi real quick.
Oh. Anyway, yeah.
I mean, obviously can't wait for the newest version of Skyrim to come out.
Oh my God, I'm
Yes,
so
I can
Buy it
excited.
for like
Oh
a
my God.
20th time, and
10
it's got
years later.
fishing, and I'm so excited.
It's like 2011 all over again. I'm so fucking stoked.
I
Holy
know.
We're never
shit.
getting the Elder Scrolls game, man. We're never
Oh.
getting that game.
Like, of course, I'm most excited about the forever away brand new one that's probably never gonna come out, or at least not for a long time. But fuck, fishing in Skyrim, sign me up.
Exactly.
Okay, but what about the new version of GTA 5 that's coming out also?
You mean the one that got delayed by 6 months all of a sudden?
God.
And that looks like absolutely the same game?
Oh, but it looks better.
Same
It's
game.
better, Gage.
Fucking barely. Oh
Same
my
game.
God, it looks barely as good as the PC version. Expanded and enhanced. It's like, bro, you like, you pressed a couple buttons and made it run at 60 FPS, and like shadow resolution's a bit better, but like, Bethesda's over here like, we're adding new gameplay elements. We're making new quests and more armor and weapons we're gonna put in the game. And
We're
Rockstar,
adding fishing.
fucking Rockstar's
Fishing.
like, looks a bit prettier.
Just a little bit.
When are
Rockstar
they
should
adding
add
fishing, dude?
fishing. Exactly.
Yes.
It's in Red
That'll
Dead.
get me to play GTA 5 again.
It's in Red Dead Online.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay, you got me. You got me. I'm back in. I'm back in.
dude, I've spent so much time
Just have to
fishing at
walk-
it
I'll just have
because
to walk everywhere now.
you can fish with a fishing rod, or you can fish with a gun, or you can fish with dynamite. It's totally up to you.
oh,
I mean, two
boom
of those seem like
fishing.
practical options.
Hell
Yeah.
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 It's fantastic.
I've got Fortnite to play. I got my fish guy to like get different skins.
I remember
for.
they
I was
added
going,
when they added
Didn't
fishing to Fortnite, you could do it with the gun and the grenade also. And I was just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Also,
awesome.
Call of Duty Zombies has fishing now, but you fish for loot rather than actual fish. There's legitimate fishing spots where you,
Oh.
Mhm.
I was like Fortnite.
and then you pop it out, and it's like, hey, look, there's body armor or some crap. It's like, huh,
That's hilarious.
interesting.
It's like that in Fortnite where you're like, oh shit, ammo and guns. I'm like, what kind of lake is this?
What?
happened here?
Damn it.
What if Among Us added fishing?
Oh.
Ooh.
It's just like a random lake
happen.
in space.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like a random ass
No,
lake.
but like, I mean, why not? They go to planets.
Yep.
So you could have a fishing spot, and you could see how many fish you can catch before
You're already
you
overpowered
get
enough
fucking
as it is in
murdered.
that game, Jesse, okay? You're already
True.
too powerful. Jesse would be like over here like, oh no, it wasn't me, I was just fishing. I was just here's this bass that I caught over here. Look, this
Did you
alien
see that
bass fish.
they made Among Us costumes?
What?
They made inflatable Among Us costumes.
That's amazing.
Like sumo costumes?
No, you know, like those like dinosaur inflatable costumes,
Oh,
like one of
cool.
those.
Is there enough or in enough different colors that we can all get together and
There were
play
like
Among
5.
Us? Nice.
Yes.
There were
Oh
very
my
few.
God.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
Alright.
Fishing.
You could also just put on like a hat or
Good
something.
old- Good old fishing.
Add fishing to everything.
What a great
It
tangent.
makes every
It
game
is
better.
totally off topic from everything we've been discussing. Just
Have
like,
we ever been on
fishing.
topic?
No, we haven't.
Wait,
We
I
haven't.
could just put this on the Discord. What am I doing? I love just posting shit in the Discord server and just everybody doesn't know what's going on.
I want to fish now.
Why is this
Me
file so
too.
big? What the f-
I've never been fishing in real life.
Oh,
but
it
now
is
I
the
really-
It's
worst.
It is
It is
terrible. Like, why would
awful.
you?
I don't know why people do it. I honestly don't
That's
know why
right.
my uncle's like, "Hey, you want to go fishing? It's great." I'm like, "I've been fishing. I don't want to go again."
Fishing
I don't-
sucks. It's so
He's like,
boring.
You've never been fishing with me. I don't want. Period.
It's great, dude. I love it. I accidentally hooked a car
You're an
once. That was
old
terrifying.
man, dude.
You hooked
You're
a
such a-
car?
A moving car.
A moving
Also once my poor dad, like whenever we'd go fishing, there was one time I accidentally like the wind caught my line and went over the power line, and I caught a fish on the other end, and he's like, "Cut the line, cut the line." I was just like, there was another time too, like I cast it accidentally into the fishing farm across the canal, and then I caught a fish on the other end, and the owner's like, "What are you doing? Stop stealing my fish!" And my poor dad's like, "No, I didn't mean to. Didn't mean to."
I want to fish with
Yeah.
Ben.
I want to go
It's
fishing with
extreme-
Ben.
Extreme fishing. It was dangerous. There was some.
How
there
long
were
is
some
your
moments.
fishing line, Ben?
Oh, it's pretty
Like,
long.
what are you doing?
He's like got on a harpoon gun. Okay,
Oh,
let
I
it
got
out,
it into
15
the fish
seconds.
farm across the canal over some power lines.
I mean, that's not saying I wasn't trying to get over the power lines, you know. Poor dad. Yeah. And then 5 minutes in, the line's tangled. He's having to untangle it, and he just looks like he's having the worst time.
Yeah.
I love untangling things, so I will go fishing with you, Ben.
Oh, the fishing untangling
line
fishing
is
wire is
such
the
a
worst,
pain.
though.
It also hurts because it's so like thin that when you're trying to pull
Yeah.
it, it just feels like it's ripping your skin. Ugh, hate it.
Yeah, untangling fishing wire.
Imagine
hard, Gage.
flossing your fingers.
I already have
That's
work
what it feels
gloves,
like.
so I'm good to go.
Set.
Just pull it gently, Gage. Yeah.
You already what, Jesse?
I already have work gloves.
You already
so I'm
what,
good
Jesse?
to
What
go.
did
Oh, Caesar's gone.
now? Are
Caesar's gone.
Now he's
Robot
back.
Caesar.
oh
I
hello?
think he's still frozen.
I
Can
think
you
I
hear me? Am
can
I
still
good?
hear you for the most part, but your camera is just struggling.
It's funny because you guys look fine to me. Let me just
Oh.
do that.
Fishing.
Hello?
Still
Yeah, no.
still struggling for dear life.
Am I back?
Not really.
No.
Let me click some things.
Oh, kind of. Get
Oh,
it
now you're
now.
frozen like this. Hi. Oh, now he...
My
Yeah,
hand's
again,
not
like a
up, so
high
that's
five.
great.
Okay, there we go. Now you're good.
Hello?
Now it's just okay. It's like it
What an
fixes itself
episode
and then it
this has been,
freezes again.
everyone. Yeah.
It's great.
What an amazing episode of Outer Ava Lake this has been. You know?
Oh,
I don't
so
know
sorry.
what this.
Absolutely.
I don't know what this episode was. Oh wait, I know what it is. Over. Jesse, where can people find?
Oh, there we go.
Jesse, where can people find you? Where can everybody keep up with all your shenanigans and chaos?
I mean, mostly at Pink Spider Felix on Twitter. That's where I'm the most active. To the point where Kind of Funny didn't tag my Instagram on the post when they on the Patreon post when they put it on Instagram, and then my parents started tagging me in it, being like, "This is amazing." So they edited the post to put my Instagram on it.
Nice.
Oh, that's
That's
adorable.
awesome.
Oh my god.
Cause yeah, Instagram is Flora Jessie,
Yeah.
and then YouTube is Jessie G.
Sure.
Uh,
And
Spotify.
Twitch
No,
is
just kidding. Twitch
Flora
is Flora
Jessie.
Jessie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gage, where can people keep up with you? Let's do this.
What? Huh?
Where can people keep up with you
Why?
and your video game opinions?
Why?
Because
Don't
people
go
need
away.
bad video game opinions sometimes.
Because
That's
they're really
fair.
excited to hear about you fishing in
That's
Skyrim.
fair. If you want to find me on Twitter, look at these wonderful lower thirds I've made.
Oh.
What?
You can't find Ben, is the thing. Ben is
Yeah,
elusive.
Ben's
You
gone.
can
That's
find- you
why
can find
he
it.
doesn't have lower thirds
Ben is
either.
You got carrier
fishing.
pigeon. Can I just say though, before, if I get a chance here, I just want to say huge thanks to Jessie because obviously you've been such a huge supporter of Simply Sassy
Yeah.
from back in the day with all your amazing artwork, and it was just I know it brightened all of our days whenever we'd see that. It was always just so cool. So thank
also
you
you're
for
just-
everything.
Also an amazing
Ah.
friend as well.
Yes.
Absolutely, the
The
best.
best.
yeah.
Oh, Jessie's the best.
Yes, the coolest, the best.
No.
So cool.
Yeah, I will say it's very
Let's
weird.
go fishing
interviewing-
with Jessie. Yeah.
Yeah. When can we do this?
Let's make it happen. Patreon.com/Simply Sassy Fishing Goals. Yeah.
Fishing goals.
One of these days we'll have a Patreon, I hope.
But you can find me on Instagram. It's please_be_excited and twitch.tv/pleasebeexcited. Yay.
McKenna?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at PotterPants212. And then everywhere else that you can. Yeah, lower
Look
third.
at it! Look at it! Look at it!
Is it lower or is it above?
I guess
us?
technically they're not lower screen-wise. They're not lower thirds, but they're below everybody's window, so it's still technically lower.
Oh.
Whatever.
There
God damn
are-
it,
there
Caesar!
are
Why do you gotta
lower
ruin it?
thirds.
They're down by the Wolverine
Wait, no.
Force, Mac. Down here.
Because you said lower third, but you did this. You just
Yeah,
said
'cause-
upward.
McKenna's up there on mine.
Hi.
I moved
Oh, okay.
that way.
It's out of our league. It's out of our league. Do 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 do. It's out of our league.
Potterpants 2 and 2.
Oh yeah, that's my Twitter. Everywhere else is linked somewhere. You can find me
In
on
the bio.
places.
Yeah.
In the bio.
You can follow me at Caesar Towers. Why would you? I'm sorry. What is this? Oh, that's
It's
right.
out of our
It's
league.
over. Bye. See you next time.
This
And-
is the finishing theme song to Out of Our League.